Hello everybody, my name's Calamity Joe. Welcome back to a new video on the Calamity Joe YouTube channel. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully this stream goes well. Welcome. Thank you, Joe. I was waiting 30 minutes. But yeah, it was scheduled. The stream was scheduled. The stream's only starting earlier was because I went on a hike. I went on a hike at around 5 o'clock. I went on a hike around 5:30. Around 20 to 6. I didn't know what time I would potentially be back, so I scheduled the stream further back. I scheduled to the stream further back because I knew I'd be back by 7:45. I didn't know whether I'd be back by 7:30, and it ended up I was quicker. I was quicker than I would normally be, so stream is about 20 minutes early. So, welcome to the stream. Hello Pickles, hello RedX, welcome to the stream. And I hope this stream has been announced in my Discord server. If not, I'm going to stick it in there. This looks pre-recorded. It's not. If it was pre-recorded, you can't live stream, you can't pre-record a live stream. The start's not pre-recorded. Nothing. Only my YouTube videos that I premiere are pre-recorded. Hello, Pixel. Have you changed your profile picture? I've just noticed. Welcome to the stream. Guys, I have... Decepted might join us on the world later on. He was on here yesterday. But you have the same start. Yeah, because I normally say the same thing. I normally say exactly the same thing every time. So, it might look pre-recorded, but I'm generally reading it out. But normally I'll say, hi guys, I'm Calamity Joe. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another stream on the, Minecraft, whatever. You have changed your profile picture. Cool, that's good. I thought this started at 2:45. Well, it would have been 7:45 for me. No, the stream, I brought forward the stream 20 minutes because I went on a hike at about I went on a hike at around 20 to 6. And I didn't know what time I'd be back, so I scheduled the stream with that in mind. I scheduled the stream for 7:45 with that in mind. I got back earlier than I expected, so I started the stream earlier. You don't think what ain't broken, that's true. Did you guys know that on Legacy Console Edition you could put sugarcane underwater? Hello Cora Lemon, welcome to the stream. You don't fix what ain't broken. Yeah, I mean I say that quite often to people, like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna show you something cool. I'm gonna show you something really cool. So it's 2026, guys. What year did I start this Minecraft world in? Taking any damage? Are you talking about in game or in real life? So we're gonna do a quiz. We're gonna do a quiz for 2 seconds. What year did I start this Minecraft world in? Late stream? Well, no, I've done some later streams these last few days and I've enjoyed them. 2016? Yep. When you're 15 or 16. I wasn't 15 or 16 in 2016. I was 14. Actually, no, I was about... Well, yeah, I was 14, but not until the end of the year. So I was younger than that. 2016. I built my old house. I built my original survival house from 2016, and I haven't edited the video yet, but I can show you guys it. I've put in my original bedroom. Basically, I showed you guys it yesterday, but earlier on today I filmed I started building some of the downstairs chest room stuff. Obviously, it's not here at the moment, but I've done the original bedroom, and in fact, I've done everything to scale. And I've even put my really shit spelling in real life. To be honest, I don't know what I'd do if I could snap my fingers. If I could snap my fingers and make something happen, I would. What would I do? Oh, that's a really good thing. Actually, I'm struggling to think. If I could do that, what would I do? I mean, flying would be cool. The house is cool. Thank you. I've even put the old roof on it. The old roof had one of the rooms had a really shit roof. You don't have to ask to say an idea. Basically, when I built this in 2016, it had a wooden floor. It had a wooden room up here, but my sister burnt it. So basically, I put all the glass in where the glass all the floating glass that was on the original copy. I've put it back there. A basketball court. I have had plans of basketball court. That's a really cool idea. I have had plans to build a badminton court as well, because obviously I am a lover of badminton. I enjoyed playing it when I was in school, and I enjoyed playing it like outside. Burnt, yeah. My sister burnt my Minecraft house down. What does this thing called flint and steel do? It burns things, and obviously what does this thing do? Oh shit, the wood's burnt down. Literally though, look how shit this roof is. You can tell this is like early Minecraft. You could tell this is like early Minecraft. I only play soccer and basketball. Well, obviously because I'm from the UK, we call soccer football. But yeah, literally, I could never do basketball. I had to play we were forced to play basketball, but I was just really bad at it. But it's because I wasn't tall enough. So I always lost the ball, or I got blocked because I just didn't have the height to be able to get the ball over the top of someone. Like for example, when you see I saw a basketball player. I saw a clip of a basketball player recently. I think they're 7'9". I'm like, bloody hell, like, that's 2 foot taller than me. But imagine trying to throw a basketball over him. The dribbling, I wasn't too bad at, but trying to shoot when you're literally one of the shortest people on the pitch field. They always made me goalkeeper. I mean, I gotta be honest, Tunic, same. I was always putting goal. I was always putting goal. I was always putting goal or defense. I could make a save, but I've got a slight problem, guys, where I'm literally. Oh, I forgot what you call it. I'm long-sighted. That's what it's called. I've got an unfortunate thing where it's not unfortunate. I'm long-sighted, so I can see things really well far away, but things that are right in front of me are blurry. So right now I'm looking at my TV. Literally, my laptop's blurry. Literally, because I've turned my eyes to the TV. Literally, your guys' comments are blurry to me. But obviously now that I can look my eyes. Yeah, so that was when I had to play and got your eyes. Yeah, I'm long-sighted, so it means I can see things really far away. So when I had to go in goal, like I could save the ball from about 40 yards. I could stop all like long-range shots. But then if somebody was 2 foot in front of me, I just couldn't see. I lose track of where the ball was. I could never make a save when it was right at me, because I just couldn't see where the ball was. I go in direction where they were, but I would never be able to. Just on the left eye. Yeah. I mean, I have it in both eyes, but it's like, it's not a problem. I don't need to wear glasses as much anymore. But yeah, trying to be in goal when you can't, you're struggling to see the distance. Yeah. But I always used to take my glasses off when I was playing sports. When I was playing sports, I used to take my glasses off all the time. Because I used to take them off all the time, because I was always worried that I might, if I get tackled here or I fall over, that this could, like, they could break or something like that, which, I will say, I only broke one pair of glasses, I think, in, like, 20 years. I only broke one pair of glasses in, like, 20 years. Because I never wore them playing sports. But yeah, like, what was I saying? Yeah, being forced in goal when you're shit and you can't save is funny. But being in defence is funny. Being in defence is funny as well, because you're trying to make a tackle when you don't know where you're going. I gotta say, I did love it though, because it was just there was no such thing as fouls. You could go in and just kill somebody. Not actually kill somebody, I am joking, but you could just go in there and tackle somebody. You could go in there and, like, violently tackle them. Ooh. I had to. We were playing once when I was in school. We were playing, and it was like, I think it was lunchtime or break time, and basically a guy in my class that bullied me got so unhappy because he missed the header and I caught the ball, so he turned around and punched me. Roger's 50-50. I gotta be honest, Cucurella I don't actually think's that good. Canate's a good player. Bernardo Silva's a good player. Dumfries, I'm a bit hit and miss about. I thought he was good 5 years ago. I didn't think he was that good at the World Cup. But Cucurella, I don't actually think is that good of a player. I don't know. I've heard different rumours about that. I've heard that Arsenal wanted him. I've heard that he also didn't want to leave Real Madrid on a free. But then I've also heard an opposing story about how he wants to stay at Real Madrid. But personally, I don't want to see him in the Prem, because I don't like him as a player. I find him a little arrogant. But he's a good player. I just don't like his attitude. But I can see him ending up in the Prem though. When I mean his attitude, I mean I've always found him quite arrogant and cocky. But most players tend to be. That's why I like what Erling Haaland did a couple of months ago. He scored 5 goals for Norway in a match, and he wrote a letter apologising to the goalkeeper, because he felt bad for the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper conceded like 11 goals or something like that. So he wrote a letter apologising for scoring, which I thought, you know what, you don't see that in football now. How are you, Oraway, by the way? I mean, you never know what's going to happen with football. a few days ago it looked like Iliman and Dye was going to leave Everton, and then his father's now come out and said no, he's not leaving. Other articles are saying that he's talking with Al Hilal. Yeah, that's the thing though. That's where I don't like football players though, Arway. I think football players are on like far too much money. I personally think we should pay doctors and school teachers more than we pay football players, because the shit that doctors go through, and even teachers. I think there should be a cap though on football players. I think football players should have a cap of about 100 grand. I don't think football players need more than 100 grand a week. That's a lot of money. Most people don't make that in their life. Well, what some football players are on, most people takes them 10 years to earn, and they earn it in a week. If you get what I mean. Like the wages in football have gone up exponentially in the last 23 years. The highest paid player 23 years ago was Beckham, and that was under 100 grand a week. In fact, in 1979, the record transfer in the UK was only £1 million. 100k a week is mad. Yeah. We should give some to the homeless people too. Yeah, well, I personally, on that regard, I remember someone saying that. I think my dad said that to me, actually. My dad said, when Jack Grealish was bought by Man City, my dad went, how can football teams afford to pay £100 million for a player when you've got homeless people on the streets of the United Kingdom? Which is kind of true. Plus, he has image rights. Yeah, I mean, what football players do, image rights, yeah, I understand. But football players now are like icons. They can make money, their own money. They're like businessmen now. They're like a businessman now. I don't see the point. Like, if you guys have noticed, like football stadium tickets have gone up exponentially, and it's because we're constantly paying these players more. It means that it's costing more for the fans to go, because they've constantly got to get more revenue in to pay the players. I saw a statistic the other day which cracked me up. It was something like 80% of a football club's revenue at the moment is going on players' wages. And it's crazy. Eventually, we're going to have players on like, £5 million a week or something like that, which is just ridiculous. I actually found it incredible what Tottenham was doing. Tottenham a few weeks ago broke their record. I mean, they're not really inflated tune it. They're just being ups because they've got to up it. It's not really inflation. It's more because these players want more now. I'll tell you what. Do you know what the highest paid football player was? Do you know what football players were on in 1980? They were on the same amount that builders were on. Builders were getting in 1984. Builders were getting the same amount of money that football players were on. Football players got about I don't know, £200 a week. So let's go back. £200 in 1980. Basically, they got £200 in 1980 is the equivalent of nearly £1,000 a week now. So they were getting the equivalent of £1,000 a week back then. Oh yeah. It's the same as Carlo Ancelotti sued Everton over like wages. In fact, have you guys ever seen how Carlo Ancelotti went to Everton? As part of the transfer, he got on £1 million car. The Everton owner gave him an £1 million supercar as part of the deal. Brian Clough, who used to manage Nottingham Forest, Leeds, and Derby, when he was the manager in Nottingham Forest, when they were in the second division, he put a new oven as part of someone's contract. He put an oven in someone's deal. Which car? I don't know. I know it was. I think he got in £1 million car or something like that. There we go. It was something crazy, because they jokingly. Let us find out what it was a minute. Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, he did. The Everton owner gave him a £1 million car as part of the deal. It depends what country though, Tunic, as well. Like in the 1980s, the UK was a pretty strong economy. So £100 a week in 1980 was like the equivalent of £1,000 a week. But yeah, literally, it is interesting. I can't remember what car it was, ROA, but I know they got him a car. And they said that's what they were joking. Did he give the car back after he basically walked out his contract? I still remember the day Carlo Ancelotti left. It kind of like when he left Everton, it kind of felt like a betrayal because it kind of felt like he just upped and left. A lot of Everton fans were pretty pissed off with him. It suddenly when obviously he went on and did some great things with Real Madrid, but it was just the season's just finished. It's the season's just finished. The Euros are just started. Everton can confirm that Carlo Ancelotti's left. And I'm like, what? And then suddenly, within like an hour, he'd been next as the Real Madrid manager. I'm surprised actually. I'm actually surprised Everton didn't sue Madrid. Were you going to do a quiz, by the way? No, I wasn't going to actually do a quiz. I just did a quiz on how old this world was. I wanted to see if people remembered what year I created this Minecraft world. But yeah, I'm actually surprised, ROA, that Everton didn't sue Madrid, because technically it would amount under tapping up a manager while he's under contract. Because Everton actually went to court over that, over something similar. Everton tried to tap up Marco Silva while he was at Fulham. Sorry, when he was at Watford, and they got took to court over it, and had to pay a fine. So I'm actually surprised Everton didn't do that, to be fair. If you guys get what I mean. 4 subs away. Yeah, we keep getting really, really close. I want to hit 10,000 this year, but at the moment, I just don't think we'll get anywhere near it. At the moment, I just don't think we'll get anywhere near it, but I'd love to hit it because this channel's 10 years old this year. Oh. Oh god. Sorry guys, my arm's a bit sore. I was cutting a hedge down all day. So my arm, my one arm on here is... My one arm is very sore at the moment. It could make you hit 10k. It could do, but I wasn't intending to upload it onto here, which perhaps I might do. But I wasn't intending to upload it onto here. I was going to upload it on my short film channel. Called it's called Crystal Blue Films, guys. I'll put the name in. Actually, no, I'll put the name in. If you guys put it in, if you guys put the name in, sometimes it takes you to something else. So, in fact, if I open this up and go to my YouTube channel, it's actually recommended lower down on my channel. I was thinking of sticking on that. I broke my wrist. Ouch. But with you, Duffel, I can never tell if you're serious or not. But ouch. If you have broke your wrist, then ouch. I do know how painful... I've never broken my wrist, but I know how painful it could be. Yes. I'm shooting a short film literally in a week today, guys. I shot a sequence for it last week, so the main character has a handlebar mustache. Only because I decided to go down. I decided to give the character a handlebar mustache because why not? But I will say though, yeah, that's the thing. A little worker tackled me. Why did they tackle you? Were you doing something wrong then? Out of curiosity? Let's get rid of this wall, guys. This was a castle that I had intentions of building, and we've given up on it. So might as well take it down. Now I don't think that. I think you're joking, Duffel, because I think you're joking about being tackled because you'd know why you'd be tackled. Oh, sorry. So they attacked you. And they thought I was shoplifting. Is that really protection though? If they're convinced that you've shoplifted, if they're convinced that you may have shoplifted, they do have rights to grab you and make you check out your pockets. From what you've just said, were they actually trying to do that? Check your pockets, which technically they are an illegal right to do. They can legally force you to empty your pockets. That is something that under under UK law, I think they can do. I think they can forcibly check your pockets. Why would I steal an apple? It's not why you would steal it. If you look suspicious, they can legally force you to empty your pockets just to check. It's kind of like stop and search. If you match the description of a crime, they can forcibly stop and search you. Well, not forcefully, but they can stop and search you. It's kind of like... That's why they invented stop and search. Why would you steal an apple? But honestly, people do steal weird stuff. I've seen a clip online of a woman walking up and sticking a chainsaw up her dress and then walking out of the shop with a chainsaw. It's more understandable to steal an apple than a chainsaw. Do I know what is? People steal stuff all the time, though. I just don't get why you'd steal. I think it's wrong. I don't get why you would steal. Personally, that's just... I've never understood why people steal. It's like... Someone's had to pay to make the stuff that you're stealing, so why steal it? You're denying them the money that they needed to... They have to get back from the product. No, I didn't say you did. I said I don't get why people steal. I said I don't get why people steal. I've just never understood why... Well, I understand certain things. I understand if it's people that, you know, can't feed their children. But when people steal, like, TV remotes, bloody Xbox consoles, TVs... cosmetic shit. Never understood any of those ones. It's like, well, that's not necessary. It's, you know, it's not life. It's not essential. I understand people. It depends what people are stealing. Sometimes though. I understand people that are stealing like food to feed their families, but that's normally like meat, fruit, big bags of crisps. No, there's no need to stealing that, but I don't think I'm going to need another sign for now. Yeah, that short film should go up on Crystal Blue Films soon. That short film will go up on Crystal Blue Films, but I want to try and enter it into like some film festivals first. In fact, the last video I uploaded on Crystal Blue Films was over a year ago. I uploaded Colophobia a year ago. Oh my god, was Colophobia actually a year ago? Yeah, I understand that. I can get that, but Why milk chocolate? But milk chocolates though. If you're giving food to the homeless, you give them something. You give them something like healthy, because they're not going to survive long off chocolate. It's lovely. It's lovely, but it's really interesting. Look, why chocolates? Oh, I want to see if you can reach the bed from anywhere. Milka is the brand. Oh, Milka chocolates. Okay, sorry. I mean, we have a chocolate in the UK called milk chocolate, and it's not really like, it's not the brand. It's just literally what the chocolate is. It's like chocolate. It's like you have milk chocolate. The types of chocolate you have in the UK, you have dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate. So it's either white, really dark, or like a brownie. The brownie colour chocolate is basically called milk chocolate. White chocolate's alright. Milk chocolate's the best though. Like a big block of chocolate. Yeah. Basically the same as Cadbury's then. Cadbury's is a really famous chocolate brand in the UK. What's in here then? Wow. I just found our red wall to go finish that mansion. Yeah. Cadbury's chocolate bars though, they're so expensive now. I love Cadbury's, but like they're so expensive. Their big chocolate bars, they're huge. They're literally like the size of my laptop. They're literally from one side of my laptop keyboard to the other. They're big chocolate bars. But they're like £4. They're like £4. Literally, they're about £4.30. When I was younger, they were about £3. Nutmaster instead of Nutella. Yeah, right. I'm gonna quickly go and. Hello, Sippin. Welcome to the stream. Right, I'm gonna quickly go into here, guys. That's a great chocolate name. That's a great chocolate name. I like that. The only chocolate that you I was gonna make a joke then. Hello, welcome to the stream. You don't have Nutella, you have Nutmaster. Decepted's gonna love that. Decepted will love that chocolate name. There we go. There we go. Decepted will love that chocolate name. That's just because that's totally up Decepted's street. Come on, dogs. Guys, I've got some dogs to name. Basically, Mars chocolate. What? I mean, Mars is a lovely chocolate bar. I love Mars. Jupiter chocolate is better. I gotta be honest though, I do love Mars. I do love a good Mars bar. Tell you what, Snickers chocolate used to literally be called a marathon bar in the UK. Up until 1990, Snickers was called marathon bars in the UK. I saw a joke actually, a comedian, he said about his friend's house was so appalling, he found a marathon bar. He said, I haven't seen one of them since 1990. Cool. Welcome to the stream. Just want to... I mean, it's probably... They are probably normal. The chocolates for you though are probably normal. It's just from an outside perspective, from an outside different country perspective, they sound crazy. But everything sounds crazy if it's I think we might be able to pick all this up at once. No, we're not going to be able to. Actually, hold on a minute. Why have I suddenly got... Oh, okay. I wondered why I'd suddenly got loads more pickaxes. Right, so I'm expecting a message from Decepted any moment now about joining his Discord VC. But yeah, that short film, guys, I'm really excited to shoot. I'm actually really excited to shoot that short film. I've practically been waiting for a while to be able to obviously to shoot it, so I'm really excited about shooting it. Okay, this house has its floorings in. Hello Noah, welcome to the stream. We've got enough red wool now, so we've just finished this house. That film will be... Wow, it's gonna be that short film that I'm working on, that I've been working on. It's going to be very dark. It's going to be very dark. Tell you what, let's do some of this red out here as well. I got any dirt on me out of curiosity? No, I don't. It's going to be very dark. It's going to be like... I watched Jurassic Part 4, so Jurassic World. Are you watching Jurassic World then? Because that was the fourth Jurassic Park film. I'm just going to turn these bits. I'm just going to get rid of these two sandstone-y bits for a moment. Rexy and Blue are my favourites. Yeah, Jurassic World. I can officially say that my PC has better graphics than my PS5. Well, that's probably because it's a PC Pixel, to be honest. That's probably because it's a PC. Right, I just want to I want this grass to grow, and then I can take that bit and replace the sandstone. I actually really like this house now. I think it looks quite cool. Guys, I might not stream next week. I'm aiming to try and shoot a short film all in one night. Okay, I can do it now. I can do it. I might not stream next Friday. I'm aiming to try and shoot a short film in one night. I've already shot one scene. I've already shot the ending scene. I've already shot the ending scene. I like PC gaming. I mean, I like playing video games on my laptop. Reminds me of the White House. Does it? It wasn't intended to be like that. I mean, the White House is only white because the British burnt it down in 1814. In the Battle of 1812, in the War of 1812, the British Navy, in 1812, the Royal Navy sailed up the Potomac River and set fire to the White House. In fact, the Americans were so confident of beating the British that the First Lady cooked a massive big victory feast. So the British turned up, found the feast, ate the feast, drank all the wine, then burnt the building down. Sounds like a right party to me. I'm going to make better content. Cool. It's white because they had to whitewash it to hide the scorch marks. Which is why when they show you the original walls, I was reading something. I was reading something about it. If they actually have parts of the original walls which are like, I can't believe Nutella is called Nutmaster in bloody in Turkey. That's amazing. That is literally. There we go. I'm just. Right, there we go. It's amazing history. That sounds like a right party to me. Right, there's a feast here. There's wine. Right, and now the building's on fire. Sounds like a nice night's work. Off-brand abuse. What can you do? I mean, it wasn't even called the White House until that point. It was called like the President's Palace or the Executive House or something like that. It's the same as Prime Minister. The position of Prime Minister didn't exist in the UK officially until 1905. The Prime Minister, even though they were called Prime Minister, the position, it wasn't actually a position until 1905. Even though that whoever ran for UK government was the Prime Minister from... Even though whoever ran for UK... That's wrong. Even though whoever, ran for UK Prime Minister in this time period was classed as Prime Minister, the position of Prime Minister didn't actually exist till 1905. The British Prime Minister at the time was just called the Lord, the Prime Minister. Did the Queen have a castle? Yeah, well, she didn't have a castle per se. She had every castle that she had every castle that all of her predecessors had. She had every castle that her predecessors had, so she didn't really build any of them. Every sort of residence she had in her reign, every single residence she had in her reign was basically owned by the crown. In fact, she doesn't own it. The Crown owns it. In fact, it's owned by the Crown, so it's owned by actually. It is generally actually owned by the crown that's on her head. So basically, if the king was to die and all his family were to die, they would have to go to the nearest relative alive, and then he would own them. So essentially, the monarch owns nothing. Apart from the current king, who generally bought his own house. The current king bought his own house in the 1980s. Well, it depends though. You could give it. You could. But then it's a very historic old building. You know, Windsor Castle is very, very old. Windsor Castle's over 1,000 years old. So you get to the point of in a few years, it might not even be, you know, fit for living. Like there's a lot of old castles in the UK like that. In the UK, there's a lot of old castles that basically 500 years ago. Hello, Glowbeans. Welcome to the stream. 1,000 years ago, what are you doing? The house that's here, this sandstone house that I've had for years, I finally got enough wool to be able to decorate the floors. Oh, that's a shame, really. How are you? I'm great. How are you? I've got something I think you should see, actually, in a second. I'm going to go to a build in a second. I just want to see if we've got, like, any planks of wood here that we could quickly... Second thing, better thing. There we go. Let's just leave these here a sec. I've got a build I could show you. It's something that it was mentioned on stream the other day. Good, I actually thought you were building your old house. Yeah, I am. I'm not building... I've already built it. Yeah, the sandstone mansion is a little younger than that build. There we go. I'm gonna go this way a minute. We'll take a quick detour this way through the 8K Memorial Garden, and then over here. Go up here. I did build it. Actually, let's just break that sandstone bit. That stone here is because I got on the roof earlier on. Oh, pardon me. There we go. I did build it. Oh, I have a Discord notification. Oh, fuck's sake, that's funny. That's really funny. You build quite a lot. Wow, I do build quite a lot. Hello, slime and fur critters. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I built it. Not yesterday, the day before. I built it late at night after I said I was going to build it. I've even done the old roof, and I've even done where the old glass. I've even put the old glass where it used to be. I even put the old glass where basically the old glass was before the wooden part of the house, the wooden part of the house that was up here burnt down. It burnt down in early 2016 before I ever filmed and showed you guys anything to do with the world. So before I even had this channel, the wooden part up here burnt down. So there used to be a balcony that was right here, that ran to. There was a balcony that ran to here. There was a wooden area that went all the way. There was a wooden bit that went all the way to here, down. That's your fastest build yet. It's not my fastest, Glowbeans. It took me about 3 hours. Well, it took me about 3 hours, but I had to the reason the footage took me the reason I got like 3 hours of footage is because I had to keep hopping around. I had to keep hopping to the old copy and screenshotting bits. I will say though, it's unsymmetrical, so I had problems with trying to line this door up with that window. Give a tour of the inside. This is the old entrance. There was 3 entrances. You could get in this way. You could get in through the main door here. And then you could also get in via the bedroom over here. This was my bedroom at the time. You could also get in via here. But then, what you could also do... I've started building the downstairs. So I've built the old bedroom. I've even brought the water. I've even made the lake that was the lake that the window looked through. And I've even put my shit spelling from when I was 14 when I couldn't spell secret properly. When I couldn't spell secret, enchanted golden apple, secret, do not touch. I haven't done the full inside yet because I just haven't. It's quite hard to do this bit. This next bit's the hardest bit to do because there's bits everywhere. But I have done it, guys, and we can see. I'm slightly nervous though. I have to create another room here, so I'm a little worried that it might actually pop out the mountain here. But this is proof you're being outbuilt now. I'm a little confused with that. Well, this was always an intention to rebuild. This is proof you're better at building now. I mean, it's not proof. Back then, I had limited resources. I only had sandstone. The only thing I had was sandstone from the minigame era. So do you know why this is all made out of sandstone? I'm gonna head there. I'm gonna show you how I got the sandstone. One of the only materials we had was sand. And the only reason we had sand is because there was a huge desert. And I was building something. I was flattening a project down because I had this cool idea. And I'm going to go and show you what I'm referring to. I should have slept somewhere. Let's take a detour to... Actually, we'll go the original way to the minigame area. We're going to pretend it's 2016 all over again. We're going to go that way. But... We're going to go that way, but... I'm just going to clear my screen a sec. We're going to go... But I just wanted to make sure that it's nighttime. We're going to pretend it's 2016. I'm currently... If we're pretending it's 2016, then I'm probably about 13 and a half right now. I'm about 13 years, 7 months right now. Your new house. I don't think any of it that you had was. Well, the wooden one. The original wood, the 2024 wooden one was iconic as well. The sandstone one was iconic. So, Ironically, this tunnel was here in 2016. The only difference is that I've flattened that hill down since. That's why it's flat over there, guys. That's why the minigame area is flat. I flattened down a large hill. That house is the reason we have so much sandstone. The reason we use sandstone to build that house is because this was a desert. See? Well, me and Decepted have already done some like modifications. Me and Decepted played on it yesterday. Decepted might come on here in a little while. He might pop on here in a little while. Me and Decepted made some modifications last night. So on last night's stream, we basically we turned some old abandoned rooms into like rooms. So I'm going to show you guys what we did. I'll show you what we did. I turned a really old corridor which had been left abandoned, and I made it actually look interesting. Which was a cool idea, I think. But the house, you can see it from here. It just pops into view. The only reason I took down there's much history of the world. Yeah, I mean I've played this world for 10 years, well, nearly 10 years in 23 days. I'm even going to let you guys. I'm even going to bring out a copy for download in like a week's time, in a few weeks' time, and it will have the fully built old house. So we added glass here. I'll join in a bit. Yeah, I thought you might. Oh, Decepted. I'll show you something I found. We got rid of the corridor here, which I think actually looks quite nice, actually. The room that we went into, the old farm. Obviously, you can still get in via the farm at the moment. You can still get in via the farm. I inadvertently come across this. I buried it. You know what? You know when I ported the old Survival Legacy house to the realm like 3 years ago? This was this is on there. This was meant to be like a nuclear This was meant to be like a nuclear silo. This is actually on the realm copy. It was meant to be a nuclear silo, but I gave up building it. I gave up building it and buried it. Yeah, I inadvertently tunneled into it yesterday. I made this room. I made this room like 2 blocks bigger, and then I knew that it was somewhere along here. I knew it was somewhere along here, and then we tunneled into it. But yeah, we could generally do something with that. In fact, I was going to say I could go down there a sec, but I've just realised that I haven't got any items on me. So, what I could do, though... I could go down there with a water bucket. Please add some paintings to your house. That's because we don't have any. I had to make one earlier on. I swear we have buckets. But it depends though. You can't have too many paintings. Oh, tell you what I'll do. I'm clever. I'll get some from the well. Oh, I don't know though. I made the house. The problem with this house is that I made it backwards. I made it hollow. I built the outside of the house around the inside. So all the rooms, so Phil McCann, the villager, he lived in here, but then he suddenly despawned. Decepted loved Phil McCann. We've even got these rooms, which this is around about where my old bedroom in my old Survival Legacy house would have been. We've even got these rooms. We've got like 2 on each side. We've got 1 on this side. We've got 1 on this side. We've got 1 on that side. Obviously, we've even got one here, actually, but we can't get into this. We can't get into this one. Decepted did some on the old house that I want to recreate, but I just haven't had the chance to yet, to recreate what he did. I'm not going to go... and then we've got, like, some rooms. This is one of the chests from the original house. The old wooden house. The old sandstone house. This chest was in there. It wasn't in there in 2016. It was placed there later, in like early 2017. And it was part of the original house. And I've just left it there over the years. I did make this yesterday, though. I redid the doorway because I turned the old cobblestone, the old shulker box room into a corridor. If I go up here, though, then into this room, then into that room, I'm going to put a bit of water down here so we can get down here. This was meant to be like a nuclear silo, and the idea was that it was going to be corridors. The idea was it was a house. The idea was that each floor was going to have 2 bedrooms. So we even made a bedroom here, see? And then I even decorated one on this side. The idea was we were going to have 2 bedrooms on each side. But I just didn't finish it. So I just buried it, which is why it goes down further in the middle, because there's a lake above it. We could actually make a trapdoor into the lake. We could make a trapdoor into the lake. That would be actually, saying that, I think that would be pretty cool, you know. Making it. I want to rush up here. Just got to be careful that I don't die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. There we go. So, I can give you a bit of history of this room. This room was once not part of the house at all. It was actually part of the greenhouse. So, let's stack some of this down a minute. Douche, douche. This was once part of the greenhouse. This was like an underground room for the greenhouse. So, if I just do that, see? It was an underground room for the greenhouse. In fact, I've got some history, it was also used as a mine shaft, which I've blocked it off, but the mine shaft you can still get into from a house room further down, which I can show you guys in a second if you guys want to see it. We do have a mine shaft under there. I used the greenhouse to be a mine shaft. I didn't grow anything in there. Well, I did grow stuff in there, but I used it as a mine shaft as well. It's just a bit of history. It's a bit of history. It's I'm just going to check a notification in a second. Thank you to the person who subscribed, by the way. We're 3 subscribers now off hitting 8,800. 8,500, I mean. Sorry, I'm forgetting where I am. 8,500. Almost. Incredible. Tell you what's been a bit weird, guys. This stream has been better than the last stream. The last stream, we had 25 people watching for most of the stream, but we only got about 130 people on the stream. We've got 68 here in the last hour. It's really interesting. But yeah, I'm glad you guys have been enjoying the stream. Guys, what things do you think I should build on here to celebrate 10 years? Obviously, I'm going to build... What do you guys think we should build? To celebrate 10 years of this Minecraft world, what do you guys think we should build then? Is it just me, or am I very important to sound just like one of the founding fathers trying to... I mean, there's no such thing as the only founding father is me, Glue Beans. I mean, a lot of you guys watching this stream started watching in like 2024 or 2025 time. I started this channel a lot further back. Before a lot of you guys started watching, I'd already been, you know, filming content on here and this world for 8-9 years before that. So I wouldn't say a founding father, but, you know, if you want to call yourself that, you can call yourself that. How many people have been on the stream so far? 14 of you. It's amazing. Oh, bollocks. Build a site as number 10. The 10 house. But yeah, but it'll look like Downing Street. That's if I put a 10 on it, it'll look like 10 Downing Street. Number 10. If you guys know what 10 Downing Street is, but probably not. Ten Downing Street is where the British Prime Minister lives. It's the office and residence of the British of every British Prime Minister, and then like the White House, it is an actual house. I mean, the White House isn't really a house; it's a mansion. Really, it's massive. 10 Downing Street is literally a flat. It's literally a flat. In fact, Sesame Street. There's a lot more streets. Yeah, Downing Street is the British government. 10 Downing Street's where the British Prime Minister lives. It has a big door. It has a big black door and it says 10 on it. That's what I said. Perhaps we should think. Perhaps we should build a Minecraft. Perhaps we should build our own 10 Downing Street in Minecraft, and then I get you guys to like elect a Minecraft villager as Prime Minister or something like that. We do it as a poll. Elect a villager Prime Minister. Hello, Surreal Orchards Awesome. Welcome to the stream. I hope the stream's been well. It has been. It's alright. It's been it's only been on 17 minutes because I decided to stream later today than I would normally do it. Me and Deceptive chopped all the trees down over here. Do you all your prime ministers go on walks? Well, probably. What? I don't. What do you mean by walks? Like exercise or? Well, every prime minister in the UK has obviously done some sort of exercise. Obviously, they've got to have security around them because the prime minister, obviously, without security is crazy. Winston Churchill reportedly did that during the Second World War. He ditched his security and then caught a train. It's the person who had that goal farm. Ah, Rig. Wasn't it? Was that the name at the time? Well, no, they have to have bodyguards. You know, they're the most powerful. They're the second most powerful man in the UK behind the king. They have to have security. They have to have security because they're the second most powerful person in the country. Yes, it was Void. We had another person called Rick who made something as well. Voided Night Sky. Yes. Sorry, we had someone called Rig who created something different. And I've got 3 people. I've got 3 people who watch the stream called Void. I knew. I did think straight afterwards that it was Void, but we've got so many people called. We got so many people called Void and Rig that basically all of them confuse me now. All of the names confuse me now. But yeah, you've only just changed your name because Voided Night Sky. You were in the stream literally like last week before. Yeah, literally. I've got so many people called Void that watch the streams. I've got, I'd say 4 people that's called Void. So it's like, which I don't know which one's which when they turn up on the stream. To be honest, it's like we had someone called Pixel. Hello, council director. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we had someone called hold on. We had someone called Pixel. We've got Pixel King. We had Pixel Dibble. We had somebody else just called Pixel. It was like Jesus. I've got so many pixels. I've got so many voids. It's crazy. We've only got 1 council director though. How are you, council director? Welcome to the stream. Ooh. What did you think of the World Cup, council director? The World Cup final and the World Cup semi-finals. How are you? I'm really good. I mean, the World Cup's only just finished, guys, which I love the World Cup, but I think there was too many teams this year. My name's Void on Discord. Yeah. Yeah, everyone, we got so many people that have, like, Void names. It's crazy. In fact, I jokingly changed everybody's names to, like, Fat Bastard once, just as a joke, and it was like... And then I couldn't remember who was who. Remember Beast Slayer? I'm still finding his comments. I went through a few weeks ago and I was just looking through old comments, and Beast Slayer, he came across as a really nice guy, but he was just a bit odd. I don't know if he's still watching the content, but he was just a bit creepy. I don't know whether he was trying to be, but he came across as really creepy, like some. But he called me something on stream, thinking it was funny, and it was like, he typed something into my stream, and it was like, oh, what was it? Yeah, but we had somebody called Beast Slayer, and he was really creepy. I think he was like 16 or something like that. But he was just he was like really, really like odd. He this is what he called me. He called me a country bumpkin because obviously I said, guys, I'm not from the city. I'm from the countryside. When somebody asked me where I was from, I said I'm from the countryside, and yeah, I've got to be honest. I show speed. I don't really like his content. Like I've never understood how he took off doing what he was doing. But when he was doing all the videos like barking at someone, I wasn't like, wow, this guy's amazing. I was kind of like, is this guy like mentally insane? He was just really weird. Yeah, he called me a country bumpkin, which I don't think he really understands what that meant. Calling someone a country bumpkin, it's a saying in the UK, but it's like very offensive. It's basically saying people from the countryside are like unsophisticated. It's it would it would be like going to Saudi Arabia. That's kind of like going to Saudi Arabia and calling them Sam people, if you get what I mean. Calling someone a country bumpkin, like, it is quite offensive. There are a lot. Yeah, so a guy in the stream, he called me a country bumpkin, which I don't think he realised how offensive that is. It's basically a saying that I'll explain what it means. It's a simple, unrefined person from the countryside who is often viewed as awkward, unsophisticated, or slow-witted by city people. But it is it's quite an effect. I actually found that offensive. Basically, it means a foolish, poorly educated person from a rural region. But yeah, it's quite it is quite offensive. That's quite an offensive thing to say. That's like, I mean, if you get what I mean, that's like going into, I don't know, that's like going to Africa and saying they're all Sam people, or people that live in the desert, in like the Sahara. If you get what I mean, but calling someone a country bumpkin, like, is actually offensive. Do you guys get what I mean? I mean, it is. I mean, Beast Slayer, he came across as a nice guy, but he was just really, really weird. But then he would put in some really, really weird comments. He put in a comment asking me. He literally put in a comment, and it just said, "Joe, how big is your cock?" And it's like, well, I didn't answer that because why would you answer that? But it's like, that's where I said he came across as really creepy. Like, who asked someone that in a stream? But I mean, who asks someone that in general? I mean, I've seen some weird comments. I've been on YouTube, guys, a long time. I've seen some weird comments, but that's just some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen. But yeah, the countryside's lovely. In fact, I mean, all countryside is lovely. I couldn't live in a city. Like, too much noise. I couldn't live in a city. There's just too much noise, too much like. I remember I was watching a film. I was watching a TV series, and it's all based in a city. I think it was Gotham, and you could constantly hear You could constantly hear like cars making noises. Car horns beep. Like, how can anyone sleep through that? That is literally like what Beast Slayer would comment. And so that's just disgusting. but it's a bit similar to the Armenian guy. It's a bit similar to the Armenian guy, basically saying I'm watching this while on the toilet. But the Armenian guy, I don't think understands like what he says. But yeah, it was odd. It was an odd time. It was a very like odd time period. That is hilarious. No, I thought you were taking the piss. Or what's something? I thought you were taking the piss, Gloomies. I thought you were taking the piss of what Beast Slayer used to comment. I did crack up with what he said. I did crack up with what he said. I did crack up with what he said though. He turned around and said something about I don't eat sugar, but yes you do. But it's like yes you do. Sugar. There's sugar in every single food. Even food that's not sugary has sugar in it. Yeah, even that's what Beast Slayer commented. I don't eat sugar. I'm like, but you do. Like, sugar isn't everything. There's sugar in potatoes. Like, every food has an element of a bit of sugar in it. It's like every food has like. Does all food? Not all food has sugar, but unprocessed meats, fish, eggs, butter, pure oils, plain nuts, and water contain zero sugar. But they all contain salt as well. But it's weird. Anyway, what am I doing? Right, what am I doing? I don't know. How many days of Minecraft do you think I've played, guys? How many days of Minecraft do you think I've played? But yeah, literally, I don't know what to build. Maybe 9 to 6,000. We're over that. We are over that. We are close. We've got roughly 11 to 12,000. We've got 11 to 12,000. We've got 11 to 12,000 days in Minecraft. The last time I checked, I think it was 11,600 something. I kind of like, but congratulations. Yeah, you're only 5 years. You're only 5 years and 7 months late, but thank you. I'll tell you what, we hit it on January 5th, 2021. I literally was. I hit when I hit 1,000 subs. I was literally just 18. A medieval kingdom. I like medieval style, but I just can't build medieval. I can't build medieval. I really want to though. I like the style, but it's like I can't build it. Maybe we should build a Tudor street. Oh. 2021 was 5 years ago. It's 2026. So ironically, I'm currently writing Dawn of Planets Book 5. So Dawn of Planets 1's War comes out this year. Dawn of Planets 1's War comes out this year. Dawn of Planets Book 5 at the moment it's set between 2021 and 2025. That's why YouTube tutorials exist. But a lot of those modern tutorials are shit though, Council Direct Destroyer Jimwoo. That a lot of those tutorials are shit now. They don't exactly tell you what to do, show you what to do. I don't really like modern tutorials when it comes to YouTube videos because they tend to rush through it and don't actually show you what they're building very well. I tried to follow a new tutorial video recently, and half of it was built off camera. They cut half of the building out. So that's what I want to do when I shoot that. When I shoot, I've got a video coming out in the next couple of days about me building my old 2016 house from this survival world, and I want to make the video as detailed as possible. So I've shot absolutely everything because I don't like these tutorials where they cut out half of what they're building. Feel what I mean? I love Minecraft tutorials and on YouTube do exist, which I followed them some before. Like I will say the worst one I've ever done. The worst one I've ever done was the worst tutorial I've ever watched was when I built the worst tutorial I've ever done was when I built the end ship over there. When I built the end ship in the harbour, the person that uploaded the video basically didn't cut out the fact for the first half an hour they built it wrong. So you copy it, it doesn't mention they built it wrong, and then suddenly they realise and you have to break it all again. It's like, why is that in the video? Do you guys get what I mean? I got there eventually. But yeah, I watched the tutorial I watched to build the end ship over here. For the first 15 minutes, for the first 30 minutes, they totally built it wrong. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think it was something down here. They totally built it wrong for 30 minutes, and yet it meant that it turned what I thought would be a 30-minute tutorial. It ended up turning into what I thought would be a 30-minute video for me building, because I shot every part of building this. It turned into about an hour and a half. And I cut out the part where I had to go and rebuild it all because the tutorial I was following was shit. But I think it looks pretty good actually, guys. What's the worst video I've ever shot? Probably this. This was meant to be a medieval place. none of the buildings look good. That one looks great. I didn't build it though. A subscriber who had this Minecraft version joined and built it, and they did more detail than I possibly could. In fact, they left a map. Tell you what. So yeah, I was basically, the idea was I wanted to use this as a medieval island, and none of the buildings that I built sort of match up with medieval, but this one does. Obviously that does, the watchtower does. I mean, I then gave up with build. I built this thinking it would look medieval, but then I'm keeping this one anyway because I just like it. And then I love this though. I did build this one, guys. I love this one that the path takes you all the way up here, and then you can go up into the watchtower. I love this watchtower. And then you can see in the flag's unfurled further up. The one thing I do like though is I do like the harbour. The only thing I like about this island, apart from that house, and the watchtower here, is that harbour looks cool. I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for Decepted. Perhaps I should just join his Discord VC. See what happens. I might get killed. Right. There we go. Let's go down here. Right. Now I've got to go. Bye, you all. Have a good rest of your day. I'm just going to mute my. I'm just going to make my. Can't do it. Just want. I don't need to see the live stream. I just want to see the live chat. There we go. So just want to focus on. We built this harbour as well. We built this harbour as well, and it's like, it's not very good. Although, it does look good from here. It's like, it still don't look good though. Oh, bollocks. What did I do? No, I didn't want to click that. Hello, no name. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to create it. Hello, Sad. Welcome to. It's been so long since I last went on YouTube. Cool. Welcome back. Let's just break that plank of wood there. And let's sail around right now until we hit this. Right, there we go. How are you? How is everybody on this stream? It's been quite a quiet stream today, actually. It's long since I joined a stream. Well, I think you were in last week's. You were in the one last, at least Monday, I think. Tuesday? No, Monday, maybe Sunday. Well, I know you commented on the video Sunday. When I joined the world, when I put a realm copy up, and somebody burnt it down. I know you definitely saw that video because you commented on it. I'm finding you. I'm great. Thank you for asking. That's really kind of you. Right. What I'm gonna do. I've got my lightning pickaxe here. So I can. I'm going to take the iron because we can use that. What do we have here? I actually need some glass over at the build that I filmed earlier on, like when I wasn't streaming earlier on, I made a build. So I'm literally just waiting now to see what I need to build. Give me a sec. Just messaging Decepted. Okay, right. Okay, so gonna rush this way then. Joe, can you do a building event? What do you mean by build? Actually, I did do that a few years ago. So how was your day? My day's been great. I cut a hedge. I went on a hike. In fact, where's my phone? Where's my phone? I wanted to have a look at something actually, and I totally forgot about it. I forgot about something. I went on a hike, guys. I've done 21,000 steps today. Sorry, I misread that. It hadn't updated. I actually did 22. Almost. I did 22,000 steps today, so I went on a hike. I cut a hedge, went on a hike. I shot a YouTube video as well. I shot a big YouTube video. So I've done quite a lot today. So my day's been great. I did quite a lot. So I'm actually really happy. And actually I gotta say my day started really early. I actually wrote a novel until 3 in the morning this morning as well. And then I woke up at 10. I then woke up at 10 and continued working on my novel I woke up at 10, did all that stuff, and I'll probably work on my novel again tonight because I've got a huge chunk of my novel to work on at the moment. I'm just waiting for at the moment. I'm just waiting for Decepted, guys. Basically, Decepted. Me and Decepted we're going to join his Discord VC, his Discord server voice chat, and so I'm the first one in there, which he should join in a minute. You guys won't be able to hear him. Why is the cleric outside? Oh. Can we take him home? I need it. Oh, come on. Oh no, I've got some blue concrete here. I wasn't going to do this, but now I am. I wasn't going to do it, but now I probably will. I'm probably going to make the original, what this house became into. This house looks like this, but I once turned it. I turned it into something else. So I'm gonna put that somewhere here. But I'm gonna save I'm gonna save that villager, because that villager used to live, a cleric villager used to live in a house similar to what I might consider building here. So I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna make sure that no mobs can get to him. Which no sorry. Is he safe? Yes, he's safe. He can have a flower for, as a token. Sorry, guys, I choked. Oh. What else do we have here? Do we have any? Oh, we did have some dark oak logs over here, which we don't have them anymore. But that would have been cool because we would have needed some to build. Oh. I'm just going to refresh the stream a sec. I'm just going to see what happens, eh? Because sometimes people's comments don't appear in my screen, so that's why I'm just checking that. I'm just checking whether people haven't like commented or like, and I haven't seen them, because I always hate that. I hate missing people's comments out. But obviously, sometimes it can't be helped. Sometimes I have to be honest. It can't be helped, like missing people's comments out, because we have so many people. Like last night, we had 25 people. Last night, so there was a point last night where we had 25 people. We had about between 25 and 28 people watching most of last night. If 28 people were commenting at the same time, I'm not going to see. I'm not going to be able to reply to every single comment if there's 28 of them. Hello, doggy. There we go. Yeah. Bum 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 boo. Boop 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 boop. Right, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna go here a second. We should put some we should put a roof in here. Can you do a building event? What type of building event? Ooh. Yeah. Bum 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 bush bish bish bush bish 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 bish. To do to do to do to do to do. Do 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 do. I finally got Minecraft. Now I can join the realm if it opens. Well, the realm is the realm's always open on the realm's always open on the on a weekend. It's almost open on always open on a Sundays. It's open. The realm's open 24/7. The realm's open 24/7, but only for people that buy a channel membership. Basically, if people buy channel memberships, they can play it 24/7. They can play it every day. It's only that basically subscribers can only play it. It's just subscribers can only play it every Sunday when I make it free for subscribers to play. But people that buy a channel membership, they can play it weekend. They can play it day in, day out. Plus, people that buy it from obviously buy the channel membership, they get a little bit of perk where basically they can play it. They can obviously play it a bit more personal, like, if you get what I mean. They can play it because they can play it obviously week in, week out. Because they can play it obviously every day. They can play it at times when it's just them. They can play it at times when it's really quiet and obviously actually enjoy what they're building and what they're like exploring. Whereas people that are playing it on a Sunday, you never know what's going to happen. If you guys get what I mean. There we go. So I've cut down a couple of spruce trees across here to make this look nice. Basically, I was hoping breaking that would break that. We've got a birch tree here that's basically frozen in time. I'm hoping that we get a couple of saplings here and there. Oh. Oh. Ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba. We've not picked up as many trees, saplings, as I expected us to. Ooh, autocorrect, yes, tell me about it. I always have problems with autocorrect. I have problems with autocorrect all the thin time. Literally saying that, I have problems with autocorrect all the time. Literally, when I'm trying to stream, when I'm trying to text people, it will autocorrect and change exactly what I'm saying, and it's the bane of my life. I once text someone, never mind. I once text someone, never mind, and it changed to I'm in the Netherlands. It changed to I am in the Netherlands. which I'm not in the Netherlands. Never mind, change to I'm in the Netherlands. Which I'm not. My tablet autocorrects everything that is not a Hungarian word. Well, that kind of makes sense, though. That kind of makes sense. Because if you are Hungarian, it's not really it wouldn't really be common for someone that's Hungarian to not be using Hungarian, if you get what I mean. Unless you're like unless you're like on my YouTube stream or something like that, you're on like you're talking to someone from another country and you're using their language. Your tablet is, because you are from Hungary, it will obviously think you're spelling it wrong because it's used to you typing in Hungarian. If you get what I mean. My phone's not doing that. But no. Not every app would do that. I'm hoping that we can get some saplings from this tree over here, because we got nothing. Right, okay. Just waiting for some more saplings. That'll be. If we can get a couple more saplings, I will be happy. Oh, good. We have one go then. Right. Weird. Why is that not breaking? Oh god. The tree over there is crazy as well. These spruce trees here were crazy. They didn't drop any saplings at all. They've dropped no saplings. Apart from that one, which did it as I said. They've dropped no saplings. Which is amazing that happened then. Right. Let's break these trees down too. We want to free up as much space as possible. And whilst I'm here, I just want to quickly turn the light on. It's a bit dark. I was about to say, it would be funny if I took my headphones off and then Decepted turns up in his Discord VC. That didn't happen though. Right, so we have no spruce saplings at all from here, really. We've only got 2 from here after I started breaking the tree. And we're going to get one from that one from this one right here. No, we didn't. Surprisingly, we just chopped down 2 birch trees and we got no saplings from the birch trees either. That's real interesting. Right, sorry. I'm just waiting for these trees to die a sec. I'm giving it a moment. I didn't chop an oak tree down, so why is there oak leaves here? This is what I'm finding weird. If that I swear to God, if that birch is still there. Hello. Hello. At the moment, yes, I'm still live streaming. No, not that long. I started streaming at about 2 hours. I've only been streaming for 2 hours. We are the world. We are the children. No, I wasn't listening to it. I had the soundboard. I had the bot muted. We are the world. We are the children. I actually, what's better? We are the world, or do they know it's Christmas? I think do they know it's Christmas? Yeah, I have them more. I think do they know it's Christmas though? Because obviously that we did I say we. Do they know it's Christmas was obviously the British one, and it was months before. So it makes you wonder: did they get the idea from? Did they do it because they wanted to, or did they do it because they saw what the British artist did? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just chopping some trees down at the top here. We are the children. Oh, did you see what's his name? About I actually have. I think what's his name's good as well. Lionel Richie. But also, have you heard the story about him? He organised it with Michael Jackson. He basically performed at a music award, performed 3 times, hosted the ceremony, then he dashed there. He had to stop one of the other singers getting drunk. The amount he was so across that whole thing, he was probably running across on empty by the end of it. Right, so those trees have gone across here. I think it looks alright now. I think those trees. I think getting rid of a couple of trees was the best call. I might get rid of these as well. Because we're probably going to need some birch wood for some build related stuff. So might as well leave that one. We'll leave that one. But these really tall ones here, like this oak one we'll get rid of, and we'll get rid of this oak one, which is I don't even know how that one grew, to be honest. Still fixing SD cards. Yeah. To be honest. Oh, it's that what's name, isn't it? Sydney Lauper. Yeah, she always sung really high pitch. Although I think what's name was pretty good as well. Kenny, what's his last name? Kenny, the gambler. Kenny Rogers. I thought he was alright in it as well. In that music video, in that song. But he was more of a country and western singer, so he's a bit more we are the world. But that was the thing, though. That's one of the things of why it's really odd. It's really odd is because they got so many singers from so many different genres. You know, they stuck. You know, Michael Jackson was the king of pop, and then they get him with Kenny Rogers, who was literally the one of the most well-known like country singers. And then they stick him with I don't know. I know Stevie Wonder was there as well. You know, so it's interesting. It's a really cool experiment. Take all these singers from different styles and go and see what they can make together. I think we've done a good job here. We've got, at the moment, we've got 5 oak saplings, 4 birch, and 8 spruce, and a partridge in a pear tree. I'm joking. Thank you to the people who subscribed, by the way. As it stands, we are getting closer and closer to hitting 8,000 subscribers. 8,500 subscribers, I mean. Forgetting where I am now as well. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. It's gone quite quiet on this stream, to be honest. Give me a sapling, give me a sapling right now. I want a sapling, says a sapling. There we go, we got a birch. That was the first sapling we've seen in ages. Okay, we just found about 4. I said that's the first sapling we've seen in ages, and we found about 4. So, what's the difference now then? Hold on, we got to switch that around. Look, 876. Is it going to become 887? Or is it going to become 877? Because I've given up on us getting spruce saplings, because none of the spruce trees seem to give us any saplings at all. I would have laughed. Oh, it did actually give us a sapling. I was about to say I would have laughed if it did give us a sapling, but that did actually give us a sapling, which is just amazing. So let's go this way then. Okay, so it's now 976, but it was 876 just now, but it's not anymore. And it is actually, it would, if we hadn't found that spruce sapling, it would have gone to 877, but now it's 987 because hello. He was here just now. I think he's gone off to get an SD card. He was here just now. He should be back instantly. When did I get in here? Do you know what? I can't remember. I've been in here for ages, to be honest. When did I join? I joined and it was like 5:09. Yeah, I joined at 9:05. I thought I'd join, and you know, because normally everyone's in here by like 8, so I thought well, it's 9 o'clock, I'll join, and then everyone turned up later than I expected. But it's a Friday. No, saying that, Eddie Howe, I didn't see it as like, it caught me by surprise. But then I heard rumors that he was considering. I heard rumors he was considering, but then I saw an article the other day. He actually resigned 2 weeks ago and agreed to stay. He actually resigned 2 weeks ago and agreed to stay on until they found somebody that could replace him. I don't know. I wasn't listening to it. I've muted it. No, it was announced yesterday that he'd left, but he'd actually told them he was going to resign 2 weeks ago, and because they sold they sold a lot of his top players, and then never replaced them. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's what I'm. It's kind of like what I'm thinking. That's what Everton had to do. Everton had to sell players for cutthroat deals, and then go and use the money from the transfer to go and buy players. It's why Richarlison got sold for 60 million when they could have got like 120 for him. It's because he didn't want to go. He was his sale was practically forced. It's because he loved Everton. He loved the fans. He loved everything to do with it, and it was just his sale was practically forced because he was an asset that they could get money off to keep the club afloat. 4 or 5 years. Oh, I loved him. Well, he was one of those. He wore his heart on his sleeve. Like he got you 15, 16 goals a season. But he also chipped in with 8 or 9 assists. His crossing ability was really, really good. Him and Calvert-Lewin were prolific. A 4-4-2 with him and Calvert-Lewin was literally like one of them puts the cross in and the other one gets on the end of it. In Ancelotti's season. Sorry. Well, he wanted to come back, but I it's one of those he's getting on now. But I'd love him back. I think he's like 29, 30, almost 30. Because they signed it when they signed him. I think he was 21. Yeah, they signed him from Watford. Good player. Marco Silva signed him at Watford. Marco Silva signed him for Watford and Everton. Well, it's one of those as well. You never know. So I was thinking when you said that the other day, like he's blocked you. I thought within 24 hours, like Cam would have come to his senses and realised, oh shit, he probably would have forgot. But that's a surprise. I actually thought he was just going to forget. I thought he was just going to forget about why he blocks you, and then just unblock you, and not remember. probably Ollie. He's probably found out. No, you know you want. Yeah, but that's kind of like. But that's kind of like what happened the other year when you messaged him twice. You literally put, at so and so, at so and so, accused him of pesting. I mean, it is kind of it. It is kind of pathetic. Oh, if I can't, if I can't afford something, why block someone? Why buy some? Yeah, but you could say that. You could say that about the whole bozo den. Then you could say that about the whole. Well, they act their actually they act their shoe size. Real life. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of Oh, sorry. No, I'm not.